trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Developing news to start this afternoon. A Monday mystery in Charlestown, not so much a mystery anymore. Rhode Island State Police saying they have arrested a man for stabbing a woman to death in town. ABC6 News reporter Natalie Norrie has been there all morning long, tracking the latest developments and speaking with neighbors. She is live now with these new details. Natalie? All right, we are having some trouble hearing Natalie here, but we do want to tell you the details of this story. The street had been blocked off yesterday, and Rhode Island State Police confirming that this was, in fact, a murder, and a man is charged, is being charged and is being held. 25-year-old Alex Rowland, a 25-year-old man charged with the murder of 45-year-old Gira Pilkrantz. Yesterday morning, about 10 a.m., Charlestown Fire and Police responded to Biscuit City Road, where they found the woman with stab wounds in her chest. Residents could hear the commotion, and that was a big concern.
I've lived here for a very long time, so initially it was kind of concerning when I hear a police car and the sirens go off and the car whizzing by, which I did see. It set off some kind of alarms. Like, this has to be pretty serious if it's happening here.
Now, Pilkrantz was transported to South County Hospital. That is where she was pronounced dead. Rowland was held overnight last night, charged with murder. He is set to be arraigned today at Washington County Court. Be sure to stay with us for updates on this case. And Woonsocket police say two badly decomposed bodies were found at the Marion Lane home of former Woonsocket Mayor Susan Menard. Police tell us nothing appears to be criminal in nature with this case. That is new at noon today. Woonsocket police say the ME's office is investigating the cause of death and is working to identify the bodies. Police were alerted to this incident on Monday after a neighbor reported a strange odor coming from the home. Police say there was one male and one female victim. And in Cranston, the AG's office says it's investigating after someone died after being restrained by Cranston police. This happened last Thursday. Police were called to the Econo Lodge on New London Avenue. The individual was in need of medical assistance before being restrained and was pronounced dead after being taken to Rhode Island Hospital. No other information on this case has been provided at this time. And now we want to check in with Chelsea as we take a live look outside this afternoon with our sky cam. Chelsea is standing by with our first forecast. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen. We're looking at mostly cloudy conditions outside across the area right now. You're going to see a few spotty showers possible later this afternoon. Otherwise, dry conditions as we head into your lunch hour. Temperatures in the low 70s, breeze out of the north-northeast, and dew points in the low 60s range. So there's a touch of a muggy factor out there, but all in all, we're feeling relatively comfortable outside at the moment. What you're looking at temperature-wise is low to mid-60s for spots farthest to the east, where we're still under thick clouds, and areas farther to the west, where we've broken into a little bit of sun. You're looking at temperatures in the low to mid-70s. You can see that exactly what I'm talking about in the satellite radar image. Some thick clouds over far eastern Mass, some sunshine over Connecticut, and much of Rhode Island kind of split right down the middle. Some of us still with some thick clouds, others getting some sun popping through, including here in Providence. A little bit of a wider view shows you some rain showers wrapping around up to our north and our west. Really light, really isolated, kind of hit or miss rain showers up that way. And we'll be tracking that as we head through later today. There's the chance of a few very isolated hit or miss showers possible through the late afternoon and early evening. From there, we dry out overnight. We'll be a bit brighter tomorrow for our final full day of summer. I'll have a look at your full forecast along with an update on Hurricane Fiona coming up in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Chelsea, thank you. And now new at noon, Zdeno Chara will retire from the NHL today, and he'll do it as a Boston Bruin. Big Z will be at the Garden today to mark the end of a 24-year career in the NHL. Chara finished with 209 goals across his time with the Bees, Islanders, Senators, and Capitals. His career ends with the most NHL games ever played by a defenseman. That's 1,652. Chara will sign a one-day deal with the Bees, saying the team meant so much to him and his family. Well, the Texas sheriff is calling the recent transporting of migrants to Massachusetts disgusting and a violation of human rights. Sheriff Javier Salazar says he's investigating the move by Republican governors from Florida and Texas. Salazar, a Democrat elected in 2016, says a Venezuelan migrant was paid to recruit others in San Antonio. He alleges they were lured to a hotel where they stayed for 2 days, then flown to Florida and finally to Martha's Vineyard under false pretenses. And there are hundreds of thousands of people in Puerto Rico without power right now after Hurricane Fiona swept through the island. It brought high winds and heavy rains, 30 inches worth of rain. Almost 5 years to the date after a Category 5 Hurricane Maria decimated parts of the island. 2 people are confirmed dead from this storm. Puerto Rico's governor says hospitals there are currently running on backup generators. An estimated 830,000 people were without drinking water as of yesterday. FEMA is working to get the power and water back, and Chelsea's going to have more on Fiona in her full weather forecast. And now to our schools now. We have heard a constant refrain from school districts across southern New England this school year, and that is a focus on safety. New Bedford is no different, with Superintendent Thomas Anderson saying he's made upgrades that you can see and those you can't. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigella sat down with Anderson last week in the Whaling City and has more.
With the start of a new school year well underway, New Bedford Public Schools are starting to assess how new safety features in schools following the tragic shooting in Uvalde that prompted schools across the country to evaluate their security levels are working.
Focusing on the different locations, making sure the staff in the building are equipped.
In New Bedford, Superintendent Thomas Anderson says the district put state dollars to use to install new security upgrades like new cameras and phone systems for better communication inside the building, as well as improving entry points to ensure potential intruders are kept out.
Some of our elementary schools, we've added a second layer, a second tier of entering the building, where they have vestibules where you have to get buzzed in, and then once you're in there, you have to get buzzed in again.
So far, he says things have been successful.
One of the smoothest openings that they've had.
But beyond the upgrades made to the buildings themselves, Anderson says they also had to make sure students and staff inside are prepared for what to do in a dangerous situation.
Addressing the human needs side of it, we could put a lot of those things you can touch in place, the tangibles, but it still won't make people feel safe.
That included implementing active shooter trainings, where the school district worked with the New Bedford Police Department to train staff on what to do in those crucial moments. Anderson saying communication the key to ensuring everyone's safety and to avoid situations like what happened in Uvalde last May.
Clarity on when there happens to be any kind of response. This is exactly what you do. What are those conversations we need to have? We need to have to make sure that we have a clear picture of what's happening.
And another new aspect to the New Bedford School District is added counselors who understand both English and Spanish, something Anderson says he hopes will help students feel more comfortable in all aspects of the school day, a move he sees improving attendance and the quality of student lives.
How do we know that when students need some assistance, they have the access to be able to go seek that assistance?
In New Bedford, Yanni Trigella, ABC6 News.
And still to come here on the news at noon, new details on Hurricane Fiona as it causes devastation in Puerto Rico, and the latest on that storm track. And back to school and back at Gillette, the Patriot, who joined kids at a Providence elementary school this morning to get them ready for the home opener. It's your voice, your vote, and with the November election nearly upon us, are you registered to vote? Well, today is National Voter Registration Day. The National Association of Secretaries of State started the event in 2012. It's a coordinated effort from local, state, and national organizations to urge people to register to vote. You can find out more on the upcoming November election on our website, ABC6.com. Well, there's more hydrant flushing on tap in Woonsocket this week that could impact your water supply. The flushing starts at 9 tonight on the streets you see on your screen. The Woonsocket Water Department says you may have discolored water and low pressure in those areas. They ask you to run the cold water to clear the lines if your water is discolored. And still ahead here at noon, a Patriot in Providence. With Pat's Corner, Jalen Mills told the kids at Young Woods Elementary School this morning about the importance of education and the excitement surrounding the Pat's home opener this week. And Chelsea has a look at your full 7-day forecast right after this. Back to school and back to the Gillette Stadium turf. Those two worlds colliding this morning in Providence. It's Pat's quarterback Jalen Mills took the trip down 95 to meet kids at Young Woods Elementary School. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigella shares his message on the importance of education and the excitement for the big home opener Sunday in Foxborough.
Students at the Young Woods Elementary School in Providence in their Pats gear and pom-poms, cheering on New England Patriots corner Jalen Mills as he made a special visit to the school on Tuesday.
Came in, kids were going crazy. It really had me more nervous to come in here and talk to the kids than an actual football game, how excited they were.
Mills and Patriots cheerleaders speaking to students about their experiences growing up in school and some of their other dreams as part of a new program launched last year by Patriots owner Robert Kraft to help local charities. Kraft putting a focus on Rhode Island by launching a Patriots license plate here in the state and making a donation earlier this spring. Tuesday's visit bringing the whole school together for an assembly for students to listen and even get to ask some questions to the Pat's Corner. Afterward, Mills saying events like this are why he plays the game. During the visit, he talked to students about how important it is to stay in school and get an education. And at the end of his visit, the Pat's Corner making a promise to students that if they can keep up 90% or better school-wide attendance, he'll come back to visit again after the season.
Just to come down here and knowing the influence that I have on the community for playing for the Pats and just, giving these kids encouragement to come to school and learn more, it's everything.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Oh, so much fun for those kids. I do want to quickly update you on Hurricane Fiona, a major hurricane, a Category 3 hurricane that is moving through the Turks and Caicos Islands right now. Sustained winds at 115 miles per hour, gusts to 140 miles per hour, gaining strength and expected to become a Category 4 hurricane at some point in the coming days. Now, the track that Fiona is going to make is going to continue to move northwest, but gradually make that north and eventually northeast trend as we head again into the coming days. Now, this is a bad track for Bermuda as a Category 4 hurricane moving basically right next to the island, but staying away from the eastern seaboard as we head into the later part of the week and into the weekend, gradually weakening as the system continues to move north. Now, that being said, while this large system will stay far enough out to sea that we are spared any major impacts, there will be coastal impacts over the course of the weekend, and even potentially into the early part of next week with some dangerous surf and rip currents at our area coastline. So if you're a spectator, sometimes a lot of people like to go down and look at the waves when there's a big hurricane out at sea. If you're a surfer, use extra caution. These waves can be powerful, and that'll be the case Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and again, even potentially into early next week in those spots, especially prone to it out facing the open ocean. Block Island, one of those spots. Right now, things are very quiet, very calm out there. In fact, a little bit of sunshine over the island right now with temperatures in the upper 60s for Block Island, mid 70s for Westerly at the moment, 69 in Newport, 71 in Providence, 65 in Smithfield. The farther east you go, there's still a lot of thick clouds in place. So it's staying a bit cooler at the moment, but where we get some sun popping through, those temperatures have warmed just a little bit. They're a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday at this time. We end up with highs staying in that low to mid 70s range, seasonable for this time of year. Very similar to yesterday and very similar to how we'll be in the coming days. That average high is 73 degrees. Our sunset this evening at 6:46 p.m. Now, the breeze is coming in light, but it's from the north-northeast, which is typically a more comfortable wind direction. That being said, we still have dew points mainly in the low to mid 60s range, so there's a touch of a muggy factor outside as we head through the afternoon. Otherwise, seasonable temperatures continuing for today, for tomorrow, for Thursday. Now, fall officially arrives Thursday night at 9 o'clock, and like the flip of a switch, cold front comes through. Highs on Friday only around 60 degrees. It's going to be cool outside as we head into Friday. Saturday, still cool. Sunday, we get back into the low 70s. Some thick clouds still in place for far eastern Mass, some sunshine for areas farther to the west, and it will continue to stay mainly cloudy, mostly cloudy through the rest of the afternoon. Little shower activity up to our northwest. We'll watch for some spotty showers later in the afternoon and into the evening. Otherwise, we're staying relatively dry. Here's some of that shower activity about 4 o'clock. It's hit or miss, not something everybody sees. And overnight, we stay mostly cloudy. We head into tomorrow, you get a bit brighter into tomorrow afternoon. Temps in the mid 70s, and then overnight, Wednesday into early Thursday morning, cold front approaches, clouds start to increase, and we get some scattered showers out there on Thursday. It's also this cold front that's going to guide Fiona farther out to sea and off to the east, so that cold front is playing an important role in our forecast as we head through the end of the week and into the weekend and keeping Fiona off the coastline. Low to mid 70s today, mostly cloudy with a couple spotty showers into the afternoon, gradually clearing overnight. A few clouds to start the day tomorrow. From there, you'll see sunshine in the afternoon with temps in the mid 70s. 7-day forecast shows temperatures staying in the 70s the next couple of days. Again, fall arrives at 9:04 on Thursday, and then on Friday it's going to be chilly, breezy out there. Morning temps in the 40s, afternoon highs only around 60 degrees. That's cooler than where we started the day today. So pretty chilly end of our week.
Wow, just like a switch.
I know.
It really is.
Things turn around by the end of the weekend. Sunday we're back into the 70s, but a couple chilly days, Friday and Saturday. Windy too.
All right, days to enjoy outside. All right, thanks, Chelsea. Pick of the litter is next at noon. We're going to meet Penny, a sweet pup. And guess what, guys? There's plenty more just like her at the shelter.
Pick of the Litter, brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That, of course, means it's time for Pick of the Litter. And Wayne and Katie, we love when you guys come, but we especially love when you bring puppies. And this is a sweet little puppy today. 1 of 8, right?
1 of 8.
Okay.
So, at first blush, she doesn't really look like a puppy because she's a big girl. She is a Shepherd Great Pyrenees mix.
Okay.
We don't normally state the breeds that specifically, but in this case came from a house with a Shepherd and a Great Pyrenees, so we're pretty comfortable.
Right.
We have 8 of these puppies from this litter.
Wow.
And unfortunately, when they came into us, they all had ringworm. So they have been pretty much, well, actually in quarantine for 6 weeks.
Wow, okay.
So I guess in human terms, our puppies need an IEP.
Okay.
They need a little bit additional socialization because they haven't been out being walked every day like we would have loved them to be.
Okay.
And they haven't been able to interact with folks. But these guys are just going to be big. We're projecting anywhere around 80 pounds.
Right. If you know the breed, you know those are two big breed dogs. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that she's going to be a big girl. No, this is Penny. How many boys, girls do you have? Do you
2 boys.
2 boys.
The rest are girls.
Okay. And how old is Penny now?
She's about 3 months.
Okay.
So
all right.
she's a very big 3-month-old puppy.
True. Absolutely.
But you can see
couldn't
she's
be.
sweet and
Yeah.
a little bit lovable.
She couldn't be sweeter. So we need to find all of these puppies a good home. I'm sure they're going to be scooped up pretty quick, although be prepared for big dogs. That's the one probably big stipulation with these pups, is that they are going to get quite big. You guys are pretty full too. You have quite a few animals. Dogs, cats, all up for
We
adoption.
do. This time we have dogs, cats, we've got some kittens.
Okay.
So smallies, yeah, we're jamming.
Okay. Well, hopefully everyone is interested in getting all types of pets. You can learn more about Penny here and the other puppies by visiting rspca.com or by visiting 401-438-8150. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, she really was so cute. Still to come here on the news at noon, the Celtics with a season-long tribute to Bill Russell, celebrating his legacy on the home court. And Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast, too. We'll be right back. Well, finally this afternoon, look at this. The Celtics with a special honor for the late legend Bill Russell. This season, the parquet floor will have a 6 inside the paint, Russell's number. He passed away July 31st this year at the age of 88. The NBA is also retiring his number 6 jersey league-wide. That means no new players will be able to select that jersey number. And this season, every team will have a Shamrock logo with Russell's 6 inside their court.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
That's amazing.
I love that. It's
Quite a
really
tribute.
a fitting tribute
Oh,
for him,
absolutely.
too.
So
Yes.
well deserved. So I didn't realize every single team
Yes.
have the little shamrock. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Few more weeks till basketball season.
Yeah, coming up. Fall this week. Today we're looking at some clouds out there, a few spotty showers possible, temps in the low to mid 70s. A bit brighter tomorrow afternoon, and then another round of some scattered rain on Thursday. From there, fall comes with a vengeance, 60 degrees for a high. On Friday, it's going to be breezy too. We stay windy and cold on Saturday. Also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, be prepared for some big waves and dangerous rip currents. I mean, I don't think that we're heading to the beach, but surfers and people like to go down and spectate, just be mindful.
Yeah, definitely good. We got some applause in the newsroom when we mentioned basketball season coming out soon. That's going to do it for us for now. The news continues. First to 4. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.